Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Wednesday, December 8th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in this video, we'll be going over yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate. It is a 13-game slate overall, so a very, very large slate, and then talking about my picks on both FanDuel and DraftKings. But without further ado, we'll get into yesterday's picks and see how they turned out. So it wasn't the best day overall, I'm going to be honest right away. Just not the best luck overall. On the DraftKings side, we had DeJounte Murray, $9,500. Looking for about 48 points out of him. He got to 37.25. He was a miss. This game was a little bit like a blowout, but nothing like super crazy. Just really didn't get there yesterday. It was kind of weird, but he had been pretty consistent up until that point in time. So you're going to have off days with some of these players no matter what. Evan Fournier, $4,700. He had been playing better as of late. He only ended up with 11.75. He was a mess. He only ended up playing 21 minutes in this game, and it really ended up being an RJ Barrett game overall. Then small forward, we had Jason Tatum, $9,400, looking for 47 points on him. He got to 52.5, so he was a hit. Obi Toppin, who was kind of the punt player of the day, $3,100, was looking about 15, 16 points on him. He got to 11.75. He was a mess. He only played 13 minutes and was really just limited to scoring in this one overall. Then in the center position, we had Jakob Poeltl, $5,900, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Consistent, 36.5 points, so he was a hit. Then on the FanDuel side, we had DeJounte Murray once again, $9,900, looking for 49, 50 points out of him. He got to 36.9. Like I mentioned on the DraftKings side, just not the best night for him overall. Dennis Schroeder, who I did like a lot, especially after Jaylen Brown was out, $5,200, looking for 26 points out of him. He got to 20.7. He was a miss. He only was 1 for 6 shooting from the field. Just not a good day for him overall. Then Keldon Johnson, which was the really unfortunate one last night, $5,400, looking for 27 points out. He got to 14.5. He was a mess, but he did get hurt about halfway through this game overall. Then at power forward, we had Julius Randle, $8,700, looking for about 43, 44 points out of him. Got to 38.9. He was a miss. Probably not one that killed you overall. It was a very tough slate in general. Like when I'm talking about this, because if you look at like at least the FanDuel side, there's probably like only 8 guys that were 5x or better yesterday. So if you didn't have some of those guys, if you somehow managed to have all of them, congrats to you, because that was a lot of luck. But it was a rough day overall yesterday. And then last but not least, we had LaMarcus Aldridge, $5,600. Looking for 28 points out of him. He got to 21.5. He was a mess. He only played 23 minutes, but Nick Claxton did return more to the rotation and played 21 minutes yesterday. So that really affected LaMarcus Aldridge overall. But, with that being said, these short slates have been pretty awful overall so far this year. And then yesterday, where there wasn't a ton of value, like I mentioned, like only maybe 8 guys got 5x on FanDuel. Not sure the number on DraftKings off the top of my head. Just not the easiest slate overall, but today's a 13-game slate. There's going to be a lot more options, a lot more value out there. So we're going to get into that with the injuries in play for tonight's slate. We're going to start off with the Chicago Bulls. They're without Patrick Williams, Kobe White, Javonte Green, DeMar DeRozan, and Alex Caruso. So this is the exact same lineup for them as last time. All these starters probably going to play big minutes because they really don't have a bench to start with, and now you got Dosamu and Derek Jones in the starting lineup, which were 2 of the key bench members. So it's not too deep for the Bulls, but at least they go against Cleveland, who runs the same type of way, at least where their starters are going to play big minutes, not using the bench too much overall. For the Cavs, it's just Dean Wade listed as questionable, so not any major concerns there. For the Wizards, they were without Rui Hachimura and Thomas Bryant once again, and then Davis Bertans is questionable. We'll see if he ends up playing tonight or not. Detroit Pistons still without Kelly Olynyk, and then Hamidou Diallo and Corey Joseph both listed as game time decisions. Both did not play the last time out. New York Knicks just have Jericho Sims listed down as a game time decision. Do not expect him to be in the rotation either way. For the Pacers, Justin Holiday, TJ McConnell, and TJ Warren are all listed as out at this point in time, so no changes there. There is some news that TJ McConnell may have surgery on his hand or wrist, whatever it was, and he could potentially be out for the rest of the year as well. Then for the Philadelphia 76ers, they're without Ben Simmons once again, and then Ryler and Maxey are game time decisions. Most notably, Maxey did miss the last time out due to illness. For the Charlotte Hornets, they were without the same 5 guys once again, with LaMelo Ball, Jalen McDaniels, Mason Plumlee, Terry Rozier, and Ish Smith all out due to COVID protocol. Milwaukee Bucks are without Semi Ojeleye, Brook Lopez, Dante DiVincenzo once again, and then George Hill's questionable. He did miss the last time out. For the Miami Heat, pretty much the same as we've been looking for, with Victor Oladipo, Markieff Morris, Bam Adebayo out. Now Jimmy Butler rejoins them coming out. He had that tailbone injury. He landed hard the other game and re-aggravated his injury, so he's going to be out in this one. Caleb Martin is questionable to play at this point in time. The Oklahoma City Thunder are all the way healthy. For the Toronto Raptors, Goran Dragic, Kem Birch, and OG Anunoby are all out once again, so no changes there. For the Denver Nuggets, we're looking at Jamal Murray, Austin Rivers, both out once again. Bones Highland, Bol still doubtful to play due to COVID protocol. And then Nikola Jokic is expected to play tonight. And then for the Pelicans, Zion Williamson and Didi Lozada are both still out. Josh Hart, questionable. He's missed for a while now. Not sure if he's going to be back tonight or not. For the Brooklyn Nets, just Joe Harris and Kyrie Irving out once again, so the exact same thing we were looking at yesterday. For the Rockets, John Wall, Kevin Porter Jr., Daniel House, Jalen Green, and Usman Garuba are all out. Not many changes here. Obviously, the biggest news is Kevin Porter just still being out, so we'll see what that starting lineup looks like overall. We'll see if they go big once again or if they go a little bit smaller tonight. Then for the Utah Jazz, Azubuike is out, and then Whiteside is questionable, so, that backup center minutes there overall. If neither of those guys play, maybe we see a little bit of Rudy Gay playing some small ball center in the second unit. Then obviously we're looking at the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell and Patrick Beverley both missed last time out. They are both questionable tonight. Jalen Noel and Karl Anthony Towns, both game time decisions, but expected to play. For the Dallas Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein and Sheldon Brown both missed yesterday. Both are game time decisions of whether or not they'll play tonight. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Zaire Williams, Ja Morant, Sam Merrill, and Brandon Clark are already ruled out, and then Kyle Anderson is doubtful. So pretty much what we've been looking for out of this team for a little while now. Then we get down to one of the bigger ones with the Portland Trailblazers, because CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard are both out. That CJ McCollum one was frustrating the last time out because apparently he's got like a collapsed lung or a punctured lung, and they had him listed as probable. If you know that, he's not playing a basketball game with the lung like that, but that's a whole nother story for a different day. We got Cody Zeller listed as questionable. Anthony Simons questionable. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. I wouldn't expect it at this point in time. My boy Ben McLemore is also questionable with a hip injury, and then Nas Little is questionable as well. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. Then on the Warriors side of the ball, we got Wiseman and Thompson out once again. Iguodala, game time decision. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. I'm not holding my breath at this point in time, though. Then for the Magic, we got the same five guys out as normal. Jalen Suggs, Etuan Moore, Jonathan Isaac, Markelle Fultz, and Michael Carter-Williams. For the Sacramento Kings, both Harrison Barnes and Mo Harkless are back. We'll see if they return to the lineup tonight or not. For the Boston Celtics, it's the same guys listed out as yesterday. We'll just have to see how that changes throughout the day. I assume Jaylen Brown's going to be questionable. We'll see if he plays tonight or not. For the Clippers, they're still without Kawhi Leonard and Preston, and then Batum is listed as questionable. He's missed the last couple of times out. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries, or as quick as I can make it be for the 13-game slate tonight. There's going to be definitely a lot of things that we're watching out on this slate overall. I'll be sure to leave as many comments as possible, especially when it comes to injuries and starting lineups throughout the day so that you guys are as up to date as possible. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position, and it's Ayo Dosunmu. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Obviously, he's the rookie guard out of Illinois. He is $3,900, was in that starting lineup the last time out. Got him projected for about 24 points tonight. You're looking for about 19 or 20 out of him, so it should be a solid value play overall. At shooting guard, we're going with Kelly Oubre once again, $7,500, so he's got that increased price tag now. You're looking for 38 points out of him. I got him projected for 40 points tonight. He's been their main point scorer the last couple of games with all these other players missing. And then a small forward, we're going to go with Norman Powell, $4,800, looking for 24 points out of him, averaging about 25 on the season. There's no CJ McCollum. There's no Damian Lillard. Somebody's got to score the ball. If they're going to stay in this game at all, they're going to need Powell and Nurkic to really score the ball, because otherwise it's not going to get pretty against the Warriors overall. And Powell's going to be out there more times than not, so I've got him projected for about 29 points at this point in time. Then at power forward, I'm going with Robert Covington, $3,300 for a guy that's starting, a guy that's going to be playing big minutes. You just can't really go wrong there, honestly. He's 16, 17 points is what we're looking for out of him, averaging about 18.5 on the season. I got him projected for 19 points tonight. Definitely has a little bit upside for more as well. Then last but not least, we're going to the center position, and a guy I briefly mentioned when we were talking about LaMarcus Aldridge earlier, it's Nick Claxton. He has returned to the lineup. He played 21 minutes yesterday. $3,200, looking for 16 points out of him. Got him projected for about 18 points tonight, playing about 20 to 22 minutes. If he gets that, he's going to be one of the better value plays overall on tonight's slate. But with that being said, if you go with these five players on the DraftKings side, you have $27,300 remaining, $9,100 per player. So you can definitely play up for two stud players and then fill in with another value play from there. I think it's definitely going to be a stars and scrubs type of build day on the DraftKings side for sure, because there's already decent value at cheap prices, and there's going to be even more opening up throughout the day as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there. So on the FanDuel side, at point guard, we're going with Kyle Lowry, $6,500. Looking for about 33 points out of him. I got him projected for 35 points tonight. Obviously, there's no Jimmy Butler once again, so Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero are going to have to step their game up if they want to stay competitive in this game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Then at shooting guard, we're going right back to Norm Powell, $5,200, looking for 26 points out of him. Got projected for 28 FanDuel points. Like I mentioned on the DraftKings side, if they're going to hang with Golden State at all, they're going to need Norm Powell to be out there, be efficient, and score a bunch of points. Then at the small forward position, we got Kelly Oubre once again, $6,800, looking for 34 points at him. Got him projected for about 38 points tonight. He's definitely going to be one of the better Charlotte Hornets on tonight's slate. He's been that primary scorer, at least at this point in time, the last couple of games, with everybody else missing due to COVID protocol. Then at power forward, you know the name, you know the story, Isaiah Stewart. We're going right back to him tonight. $5,300, been playing those bigger minutes, got him projected for about 27, 28 points tonight. You're looking for 26, 27 points out of him. Goes against the Washington Wizards, who are always going to have a big man out on the court, so definitely favorable for Isaiah Stewart overall. Then last but not least, we're going to the center position with another Jayhawk. It's Joel Embiid, and he is $10,400, looking for 52 points out. I got him projected for 54. We've seen him have that big game against Charlotte the last time out. Charlotte doesn't really have any big men that are going to stop Joel Embiid, especially if PJ Washington's on him, so he's pretty much going to be able to do whatever he wants to do once again tonight. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you'll have $25,800 remaining, just over $6,400 per player. So looking at more of a balanced build on the FanDuel side. Maybe you're able to pay up for a little bit higher quality player and then find some value throughout the day. There's definitely going to be a lot of options out there on a 13-game slate overall. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, December 8th. As always, if you have any other questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Like I mentioned before, I'll also be listing all the injury updates and starting lineups down there as well, so make sure you're checking that out throughout the day, especially as we get closer to lock. If there's any updates to the core, I'll also have that listed about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock as well. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got that notification bell turned on so you never miss a beat. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.